Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to make a video talking about the new Modern Warfare game that's going to be released later this year. And I also wanted to talk about some people's reactions to the game. And right here you see gameplay of the new Modern Warfare game. This is from a few days ago. This is from a streamer called TP. And a few streamers managed to play the game early, and they played the new Gunfight mode. This is a brand new mode, and this is the first time that we're seeing gameplay of Modern Warfare 2019, besides the cinematic trailer that they released about a month ago. So anyways, with this gameplay, a lot of people liked it, but I noticed that there was also a big number of people that were unhappy. They didn't like the changes in the game, and they were just concerned about that. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and impressions on this game, as well as responding to these comments. And I'm going to be reading this article here, and Infinity Ward themselves, the developer, even responded to it. So let's read through this article. And I'm kind of unhappy with these comments that I saw the other day. That's the main reason that I'm making this video, because I looked at some of the comments that people were making on the new Modern Warfare game, and people were just complaining. A lot of people were complaining about the game. They didn't like the fact that it was in a modern setting. There are some people that actually wanted the game to be futuristic, which I don't understand how you could possibly want the game to be futuristic, because almost every single Call of Duty game now is futuristic. And, a lot of people, they argue that the reason that they want Call of Duty to be futuristic, the reason that they said they wanted that originally, is because they said that they milked the World War II setting. So they wanted something different. But do you not think that they milked the futuristic setting by now? I mean, how many futuristic games have we had? Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. That's already 5 games. 5 years of games of futuristic stuff. I think it's time that we try something different. I think it's time that we go back to the original setting that it was, in a modern one. And I actually like this. I like that you can't run on the walls in this game. I like that this game is a lot slower paced. I like that it's more tactical. I don't like the running on the walls and the very fast paced action. One of the reasons that I stopped playing Call of Duty is because I didn't like how fast paced the game got. I started playing Call of Duty multiplayer. I played all the Call of Duties originally. I played Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 4. I've played them all. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Ghost. I've played so many of them. World at War, also Black Ops 1 and 2. And the reason I stopped playing the multiplayer was because I didn't like two things. I didn't like the futuristic setting, and I didn't like how fast-paced it got. The Call of Duty games were always really fast-paced, but they got so fast-paced with the later installments. Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2, they were decently fast-paced, but they weren't insane. The maps were larger, and they were great. I liked the big open maps they had in Modern Warfare 1 and in Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3 rolled around, and the maps were just so close-quartered in there. You could not snipe in any of those maps in the game. In fact, the developer actually encouraged you to quickscope, which I found kind of ridiculous, that they're actually encouraging you to use a sniper rifle the way that it's not supposed to be used. But you can see what happened with the later games. Call of Duty Ghost, also extremely fast-paced. They got away from those larger maps in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 1, and they just kept going more fast-paced, and then they doubled down with the futuristic games. Oh, let's let people run on walls now and do all these crazy stunts. I just didn't like it at that point. I stopped playing the game, and whenever I saw a trailer for a new Call of Duty game, I said to myself, you know what? Another futuristic game. It's the same game again. I'm not gonna play it. But I didn't go around and just bother people on these videos and just start complaining and saying, oh, this game sucks and blah, blah, blah. I just wasn't interested. Just didn't play it. So let me start reading this article here. July 11 was an exciting day for Call of Duty faithful, as fans around the world were given their first sneak peek at Modern Warfare's multiplayer gameplay in the form of the all-new Gunfight 2v2 mode. However, the developers have already found themselves responding to various concerns. The highly anticipated reveal saw popular streamers TP, Courage, Syndicate, and Legion showing off the new mode in all its glory, but some players and fans felt that they were left with more questions than answers, as concerns that Infinity Ward will be making Modern Warfare's multiplayer experience too different started to rise. The Gunfight mode appeared to scrap a lot of standard Call of Duty features like create a class, the minimap, health regeneration, and more. It also added the Call of Duty Ghost style leaning and a completely new execution feature that can be used on players who leave themselves open to attack. Okay. What I'll say about this is a brand new mode. I don't know why some people are freaking out about this. Yes, the gameplay looks different than in other Call of Duty games, but this is a brand new mode. It's called Gunfight. This is a mode that we've never had before. They're doing something different. And you know, I find it kind of hypocritical how a lot of people, they don't like the gunfight mode. They say, oh, I don't like them adding this mode to the game, but they're perfectly fine with Battle Royale being shoved into Call of Duty games. They're perfectly fine with that. Oh yeah, let's put Battle Royale, a mode that has never been in Call of Duty before. They're perfectly fine with that, but then they added another game mode like this, an actual 2v2 tactical mode, a mode that requires teamwork, and they're unhappy about that, and people don't like that. And you want to know something? The reason that I think people don't like the gunfight mode, the main reason is because that mode requires vast amounts of teamwork. It's 2v2, requires a lot of teamwork. You really have to work with your friend or teammate. A lot of Call of Duty players, they don't like that aspect of teamwork. They just like to be all about themselves, all about getting the kills, all about running around the map. They don't like working with the team. That's why oftentimes when you play domination maps, just people aren't going for flags, they're just going for kills, or in search and destroy. They're not even arming or defending the objectives, they're just going for kills. So this is a brand new game mode. It's not like they're taking everything out of the game. The developer has already responded. They're going to keep domination. They're going to keep team deathmatch. They're going to keep search and destroy. All that stuff is in. This is just a new game mode for people that are open to it. And also, I don't understand how somebody can possibly be against a lean feature. There are so many games that have a lean feature. That adds more gameplay to the game. You don't have a lean feature. How are you supposed to peek around corners? That adds more tactics to the game. You know, you can't really have a Special Forces game without having a lean feature. So I like that. I'm glad that they have that in. So let's keep reading. While these new features are still very much a work in progress, the apparent sacrifice of so many signature aspects of classic Call of Duty seems to leave some longtime players of the series nonplussed. It's understandable that such fans would worry that Modern Warfare's multiplayer will be too much of a departure from what they were used to, but it didn't take long for developers of the game to respond to some of these concerns and make it clear that traditional multiplayer will not disappear in Modern Warfare. To squash some of these worries, lead multiplayer developer at Infinity Ward, Joe Sessot, if I'm reading that correctly, responded to a fan asking if the rest of the game outside of Gunfight would be more traditional. Sessot gave a very promising answer, stating plainly that Gunfight is just a taste, and there will definitely be more traditional gameplay featured throughout the multiplayer. So this one guy on Twitter said FPS 24/7. Is the rest of the multiplayer like this, or is it more traditional, as so far this isn't my thing? I didn't like Siege, and this mode seems very similar. And Joe responded, definitely have traditional multiplayer. This is just a taste. So look, people that are freaking out about the game, they're rushing to conclusions. They're jumping to conclusions. This is just one game mode. One game mode. Infinity Ward has said the full multiplayer reveal will be on August 1st. You can't judge the whole game based on one game mode. I like the game mode. If you don't like the game mode, that's fine. But that's just one game mode that they've shown. There's so many game modes in this game, and they're trying, and what Infinity Ward is trying to do is they're trying to attract longtime fans back to the series. People like myself who have stopped playing Call of Duty years ago. They're trying to get us back in this game, and this has interested so many people. So many people that have not liked Call of Duty, so many people that have hated Call of Duty are interested in Call of Duty now. The reception to this game has been overwhelmingly positive, and Infinity Ward is definitely taking this in a step in the right direction. They've been doing the same thing every year, not just Infinity Ward, Treyarch and Sledgehammer. They've been doing the same thing every year, and now they're finally doing something different, and people are unhappy. And you know, there's two groups of people. There's two groups of people that are unhappy here. There's the first group of people that all they basically want is they want the same game every single year, no changes. I mean, like, what's different between the Call of Duty games? Sure, you might have some new maps and some new guns, but what's different? With all this futuristic stuff, it's the same game every year. So you have the people that just want the game to be futuristic, the same thing every year. And then you have the second group of people. The second group of people that are complaining. They're saying, oh, I want something different in a Call of Duty game, but then they do something different, and they're like, no, I didn't want that. I wanted this. So these people are unhappy either way. You know, people complain that Call of Duty is the same game every year, and, you know, I agree with that. It is largely the same game every year, but then they do something different, and these people are still unhappy. So, you know, I don't really get that. So let's keep reading here. While there was clearly some areas of concern for fans as they watched the gunfight stream unfold, there was also a whole host of positives, such as much improved graphical fidelity, better weapon animations and sounds, and much more. But no matter how good the game looks, it could all be in vain if the classic Call of Duty feel isn't there, and fans of the franchise feel alienated. Okay, the person that's writing this article, I don't know what they're talking about, that fans of the franchise feel alienated. I feel alienated by Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. I've been a long-time fan of this series. I've played all the older Call of Duty games, like I said. And the thing is, though, a lot of the younger Call of Duty fans, the people that play these games like Black Ops 3 and 4 and are such big fans of the futuristic setting, these people have not played the old Call of Duty games. They started around Call of Duty Ghosts, around Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2, around there. They didn't even play the first Modern Warfare game. The multiplayer in Call of Duty that we have today, the origins, come from Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare back in 2007. That's what started the whole multiplayer. All of the multiplayer after that was based on the multiplayer in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is the roots of the Call of Duty multiplayer. That is where the multiplayer came in. They had plenty of World War II games before that, but the multiplayer, the core elements of the multiplayer, that comes from Call of Duty 4. So when these people are saying that it doesn't have that classic Call of Duty feel, well, what are you defining as classic Call of Duty feel? What do you define as that? How do you define classic Call of Duty feel? I'd like to know, because I liked the game when it was a lot slower paced. I liked that in the Modern Warfare games. At least that was more teamwork. Matches lasted longer. It wasn't all this rushing. In the new Call of Duty games, you're running around 10-15 seconds, you die, but in Modern Warfare 1 and 2, you lasted for a few minutes, oftentimes, before you died. The maps were just much more enjoyable, they were much larger, but now maps are so close quartered, I can't play them. So let's keep reading here. Cesat also responded to concerns about motion blur, which appear to be fairly prominent in the reveal to those with a trained eye. Motion blur is a controversial setting in video games, particularly first-person shooters, and titles that need pinpoint precision and reaction times. It is generally accepted that motion blur, while making things look prettier, is detrimental to performance, and sometimes that serious players should turn off almost immediately. Thankfully, like 2016's Infinite Warfare, it sounds like players will have options for adjusting this in-game. Alex Hill asked about it, and Joe said, planning on 2 options to toggle motion blur, one for gun and one for world. Okay, so they're adding options with that. A fan said, when I'm playing Infinity Ward at Call of Duty XP, I noticed there was considerably... Infinity Warfare, I'm assuming that's what he said. I noticed there was considerably motion blur. Thankfully, we were able to turn it off on release. With Modern Warfare, I've noticed motion blur again. I would hope this feature we can remove once again upon release. And he says, yeah, like I said, that there's 2 options. Okay, so moving on here, Joel Emsili, studio art director Infinity Ward, also wanted to make it clear to fans that the gunfight reveal was displaying only one small part of the overall multiplayer experience. I'll say it again. He stated, today's gunfight mode reveal is a very small part of Modern Warfare's much larger core multiplayer. It's all there, and you're going to see it on August 1st. And then he said, I'll say it again, it's going to be on August 1st. You're all going to see it there. So the whole multiplayer reveal, it's going to be on August 1st. You know, I don't get how people are just freaking out over one mode, saying that the game is completely different. These maps are designed for gunfight mode. And I hope that the maps in this game, I hope that they're large, open maps like they had in Modern Warfare 1 and Modern Warfare 2. I really hope that they do something like that, because I'm just so tired of the extremely fast-paced action. I like it decent pace like Modern Warfare 1 and 2, but the really, really fast-paced action, I just didn't like. This game has a brand new engine. It's looking good. It has potential. I haven't been interested in a Call of Duty game in years, but I'm interested in this. And, you know, what really pushed me to make this video was when I was just seeing these people were just in the comment section and also reading some of these articles that they were just unhappy with the direction that the game was going in. That one time they're doing something different, and people are just unhappy. I don't get that. You know, these people that say Call of Duty should be futuristic, this is the style that the game should be, these people have not played the older games. They haven't played Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, where it all started with. They've started playing all these futuristic games, and that's all they want. I'm actually happy that Infinity Ward is going back to their roots. They're going back to the modern setting, and they're getting they're getting longtime fans that they lost back into the game. This is a chance for Call of Duty to be very successful. This could be Call of Duty's most successful year of all time. So, you know, props to the developer for making a brand new engine, a modern setting. Also, not being shy of controversy. They're gonna keep all the violent and brutal scenes in the game. They're not gonna censor it. So I hope this game is successful. I'll probably have a walkthrough of this game, the campaign, because I enjoy the stories in this game later this year. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think down below? What do you guys think of people's concerns? Do you think people are overreacting, or do you disagree with me? Let me know down below. I'll try to reply to as many people as I can, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.